Happy spooky season. Me and Church are going to talk to you about taboo romances that we are not going to get behind.
Don't you wanna have fun, fool around someone?
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited to share today's video with you all because it is a collab with Jess from Peace Love Books. I know y'all know who Jessica is. Hi Church. When I came up with this idea for the series of taboo and dark books videos, because this was originally supposed to be 7 books, but then we had a couple people drop and I had essentially my recommendation list for one video completely fall apart because, you know, pre-planning and making sure I had enough books for the videos and the topics that I had made too much sense, so I didn't do that because it's me. When I came up with the idea for taboo books that I can't get behind, I had one YouTuber in specific that like came straight to the front of my brain and I was like, yes, you would be perfect, because Jessica did a video where she did like a reading vlog for banned and taboo books, and I was like, Jessica, I remember you hated this book that I also have on my list. And I messaged her and she was like, clarification, give me some. So we're gonna be talking about taboo romance books that we can't get behind. Whether that is because they are too taboo for us, we don't agree with what things are going on in them, this, that, or the other. I do have 2 on my list that I have read before, but they were too taboo for me. And that's saying a lot because I read a lot of stuff that's very taboo, very dark. I go there with all of my taboo. First up, the one that is number 1 on my list, and I'm pretty sure this is going to end up on Jessica's list as well, and that's why I'm going to go ahead and just get it out of the way now. This is The Balance series by Lucia Franco. This is the one where our heroine in a relationship with her coach, and she is a gymnast. This one in particular, I just can't get behind because of the relationship between the two of them. I don't know if he's abusive. I don't know this, that, or the other of what he's doing to her. What I can tell you is he is grooming her because he is in his 40s and this girl is 16. Lucia Franco did have her books banned on Amazon, and she did go back and rewrite them so that she's 17. But it doesn't change the fact that we originally started out with a heroine who was 16. Barely the age of consent there. No. I don't like it. I don't want to read about 2 characters where the hero is grooming our heroine. I just personally cannot get behind pedophilia. That's something that I won't do. I'm not getting behind it. I can't get behind it. It grosses me out. As someone who has had people try to groom them before, it's not cool. It's not good. It is not cute. It is just gross, and all I can think is I am 25. The thought of dating someone under the age of 20 made me want to throw up when I was single. It still does, but I'm not like actively looking for someone to date at this point. I just cannot understand it, why you would want to date somebody that much younger than you, specifically when they are like a child. You know, I just cannot wrap my head around it. Sometimes I can like let it go for like the fantastical, like the side, if they're 18, whatever, cool. When they're under the age of 18, it's where it kind of gets me, and I'm like, they're being groomed. They're 100%, this is not okay. An author that I just can't get behind is Nyla K. She had a book that was pulled from Amazon, I believe, but this book was literally about 2 twins who come on to their stepfather, and their stepfather has a relationship with both of them. Now, do I know the specifics of this? Not exactly. I do know that these 2 boys are 17. They are gonna turn 18 in like a couple months in the book. She's clarified that. These boys have a relationship together and with the dad. So it's twincest with 2 boys who have grown up knowing that they were, you know, biologically related their entire life and raised as siblings their entire life. And this dad that they have essentially had a fatherly relationship with since they were younger, and they come on to him and he does not try to stop it. He is way older than they are, and it just begs the question in my mind of how much grooming was going on his end? How much grooming was going on this side to make them think that was okay? That's my question. I understand the boys come on to him, but what was he doing to let them know it was okay to do that. And why did he just let it happen? They're children. In what world do we think 17-year-olds are sexy? In what world? Unless you are a teenager, you should not find teenagers attractive. It just weirds me out. So we also have the Wild and the Free. We're gonna talk about these all in one because, you know, Kay Webster. Am I right? Kay Webster is an author who I go back and forth with because I really want to like her books, but at the same time, she makes it very hard for me to do that. She wrote The Wild, which I'm sure most people know about. It is literally incest between a girl and her dad. They get stranded in the woods because something happens to this hillside where their RV's parked, and it all tumbles down, and like it's a whole thing. The mom ends up dying, and we're left with those two, who then develop a sexual, romantic, and everything kind of relationship. For what reason, I still have not figured out. I'm still questioning why this book was written and why Kay Webster made the decisions that she did in this book. Like, it's fine, like, fine, write whatever you want. I'm just confused on why this is what she wanted to write. You know, like, that's what confuses me. It's not the fact that, you know, we're reading about a 17-year-old girl who turns 17 and continues to have a relationship with her 40-year-old father, or the fact that she gets pregnant with her 40-year-old father's child and he is physically abusing her to the point where she's throwing up, or the fact that she is raped by outside people, or the fact that her dad is just a pedophile because he's always been attracted to her. I don't know what the worst part of that is. Very taboo. It's a train wreck you cannot look away from. So yeah, I mean, it has that going for it. The Free, I literally don't even remember what this one is about, but I do remember it's within this same series. So I'm classifying it as too taboo for me. I'm not interested. I don't want to go back into this world. I don't want to go back into the world where we have the characters from that timeline. I don't want to. I can't do it. It stresses me out to think about it. I just cannot wrap my head around the series, and I don't want to know what's happening to this girl. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole to find out, so I'm not going to. The last book on my list is Torn by Carrie and Cole. Now, this one is one that I honestly thought I was gonna love. This is one that I tried to read and just could not get behind it. This is one where I was like, this is right up my alley. This is perfect. This is my dad's best friend. He is someone who is like, I think he was a rock star. I don't know 100%. They were really close. It was like, it sounded like the perfect amount of taboo. Like, it started out perfectly, and I was like, yes, okay, this is something I can get behind. But the more you read into this one, the longer you are in the story, you're like, oh, he literally held her when she was born. He felt a connection to her when she was born. And I don't know about you all, but that just sounds a little too much like grooming to me. You're telling me you knew that this baby was gonna be very important to your life when you were like 17, 18 years old? I'm not saying this main character was a pedophile, but I'm also not saying that this main character wasn't, because it just is weird to me that you would be that close to your niece, your godchild, and you would find them attractive in that way, and you will have to fight your feelings for them. It just, as someone who has a godchild, as a godparent myself, I cannot say that I have ever in my life felt anything but a familial love for my godchild. I can't say that I felt anything else. I held her the day she was born. I was at the hospital when she was born. I cannot wrap my head around the situation. And how would you know that this child, that is a baby, is going to have a connection with you? How do you have a connection with a child that young? You can love the godchild, you can love them, but I'm just saying it just sounds like pedophilia when you get down to it. Those are all of my books that are too taboo for me. So if you have any books that are too taboo for you that you think I might like, or you might want to warn me about, let me know down in the comments, because I'm always up for hearing about more. If you're still here, leave me a French fry emoji. Why am I thinking of French fries? I don't know. Also, make sure you go check out Jessica's video. I'm really excited to see her list and see what she comes up with. So I'll see y'all in the next one.
Don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
Yeah, his baby said that they don't got a future like